So you're a young man or a woman, you've completed school, you have your own job, you have a sustainable source of income, you are able to provide a shelter for yourself, you're able to buy your own food, and you have a woman or you have a man who is also able to do same. If you're a man, you have a woman who has a job. If you're a woman, you have a man who has a job, who has sustainable income, who is able to provide shelter for himself. You guys love each other and you want to get married. And you are doing, we don't have money. We have to save. We have to get hundred thousands of Ghana cedis to be able to get married. My dear, how are you going to be able to get married in a budget friendly way? Because at the end of the day, I believe that it's the marriage that matters. I believe that the wedding day is just any other day. Though it is a special day for you, it is the day that you are getting married, but the marriage is more important than that day. And so I don't see why we need to spend much money on it. Now, don't get me wrong, my dear. If you have the money and you want to spend, that is okay. But I really believe in cutting your coat according to your shirt. And so I don't understand why you want to make you like you've already agreed you are getting married. In fact, you love each other. I'm doing this video because a young guy contacted me about a couple of days ago, and his question was that, I'm outside, I want to come and marry my woman. How do we make it budget friendly? How do we make it very simple? And I said, okay, let me come and do a video to educate you, because I believe that there are other women or there are other young guys who also have this question. Most guys want to get married, but because of how the society has made marriage seem, it is like if you don't have a huge amount of money, if you don't bring all your savings out to do the marriage, then it means that you are not married. My dear, first of all, go to your family, get the engagement list, as we call it, the traditional marriage list as Ghanaians. Speak to your family. As a woman, speak to your family about it. You are the only person who can defend your man in front of your family. Why do they have to make a whole list? Like, why? How? The most important thing is that he marries you and he treats you well. The most important thing is that he marries you. What is left? Like, there can we no also. You get it? The life that is in front of you, where you are going, is more than what you are doing on that particular day. And so speak to your family. They don't need 12 clothes. They don't need this. They don't need that. As simple as possible, there is a modest list. I think it's six pieces of clothes, underwears, handkerchiefs, slippers, sandals, schnapp, minerals, and amounts of money. As simple as it is. This lady was telling me that her father is dead. The man who even succeeded the father, who didn't even take care of her, but because tradition demands that when I'm getting married, I should do it in my father's house, this lady gave the man the necessary honor, came to tell him that, daddy, I want to get married. This man wants to come and marry me. As much as possible, keep things simple for me. On the D-Day, the man said, the things that they brought, I want to spread them. I want to count and make sure that everything is okay. And then he said, this one is not sufficient. He didn't bring this, he didn't bring that. So if you don't bring it on that day, I'm not allowing my daughter to come out. What kind of crazy behavior is that? What kind of crazy behavior is that? It is up to you to defend your man in the presence of your family. Tell your father, your uncle, whoever is in charge, that, daddy, I know this man, he knows me. We are going to make a family together. So as much as possible, make things simple for him. And then please do not compare. Don't compare your wedding to your friend's wedding. I know someone who was the last born. Her siblings are all grown up. They are working. The father is rich. The mother is rich. And so they said we will suppose everybody wanted to contribute to make the wedding splendid, to make the wedding lavish. You, that you are only child, you that you are the eldest child, you also want to compare your marriage to them. I know someone who had about 10 maid of honors. The maid of honors bought their own dress, they bought their own wig, they bought their own shoes. Your friends are like my friends. You would have to buy all those things for them. And you want to have about 10, 20 maid of honors. Now, that is not what is going to make the marriage succeed. We're all in this country. This lady did a very nice, lavishing wedding. As at now, the marriage is collapsed. What happened to that wedding? So, my dear, do not compare yourself. I say it again, cut your coat according to your shirt. You don't need all those ladies, if not anything. Even if they buy their own clothes, they buy their own shoe, they buy their own wig, you are going to pay for the makeup. You are going to pay for the makeup. You are going to buy food for them. You are going to rent hotel for them to go and do their makeup. Why do you have to do that? Why do you even have to go and rent a hotel to go and? As I said, don't get me wrong. If you can afford, that is okay. You can do it. But if not, I suggest you keep the money. Okay? Keep the money. At the end of the day, when you go into the marriage, spend on make enhancing the marriage. You're going to need a blender, you're going to need a microwave, you're going to need a washing machine, you're going to need a gas, you're going to need a fridge, you're going to need a lot of things in that marriage. So why don't you keep the money and use it on those things other than to rent hotels, go and make makeup? You can get married in your father's parlor, your father's hall. You can make up, dress yourself in your room. Now they are saying pre-wedding photo shoot, save the date to go and do photo shoots. And then even on the morning of the hey, you're at it. Where did all those things come in? I know that sometimes it's beautiful. You put it on your TikTok page, on IG, on whatever. It's memorable. You do videos on the morning, photography and all those things. It's memorable. But personally, I would advise that if you can't afford, save that money for the marriage. As I said, you can do your traditional marriage in your father's home. You can dress in the room that you were sleeping, in the room your mother is sleeping, the room your father is sleeping. You can dress there. You don't have to buy wedding gown of here, 1,000 Ghana cedi. You know me, when the day we finished our wedding, I gave my gown to my maid of honor to send to the laundry. And that was the last time I saw that gown. She went for it, sent it to her. She said, "Okay, won't you come for your gown? Okay, won't you come to as at now, my gown is still with it. After 10 years, I didn't see it again. It's still there. I don't even know if she has thrown it away. So you can do a very nice, simple, traditional wedding. I know this lady, she got married traditionally. She dressed with if you're Ghanaian, you understand she did oh, how do you say this thing? Oh, she put the lace under and then she used the kente, yes. And then she did pony. She did this hairstyle that I have, and she looked so beautiful. She did her makeup. She used some accessories. At the end of the day, she looked so beautiful. You don't need to go and buy a wig of 5,000, 6,000 cedis to do your wedding. Then it means that as we are speaking in Ghana, if you don't have 100,000 in your coffers, you can't do wedding. I think that things that you should invest in is your ring, because that is one thing that is going to stick with you after the wedding for the rest of your life till death do you part. So it is good you get a very good, expensive, affordable, let me say, a very good, affordable ring that you would be able to wear. Not you go and buy 100 cedi ring, then 2 months it's becoming brown, and then you go and buy another. No, invest in your ring, invest in maybe the food. Those who are coming, especially from even the food, you can get your aunties and your uncles to cook in the house. You can get your aunties, your cousins to cook in the house. You don't really necessarily have to order and do buffet, my dear. Then if you want to do marriage under the ordinance, you can go to court after the traditional marriage with both witnesses, and then you go and sign and you are married. You don't necessarily have to do a very big reception. If you can, you don't have to go and hire a venue, an event center to go and do reception, my dear. You can do a nice simple reception, a nice simple dinner or something, lunch in your house. If you want to have a church wedding, my church, you can even do your wedding on Sunday after you've signed at the court, after you've signed your certificate and get the marriage under the ordinance. If you want to know the processes and the procedures of getting married, I have a video on it on YouTube here. I'm going to put a link of that video in the description of this video. You can watch it if you finish. You can do a church wedding on a Sunday. You can do your wedding reception in the church where you don't have to rent canopies, you don't have to rent chairs, you don't have to do decoration twice in event centers and other things. These are simple, simple, simple things we can do, because, my dear, you are going to need money in the marriage. In the marriage itself, what normally we prepare for the wedding and we don't prepare for the marriage. I know someone who went for a loan to do wedding, and at the end of the day, when we went for the wedding reception, my day the cake was taller than me. At the end of the day, he didn't finish paying the loan, and the lady divorced him. What is then I was say? I've also been having questions from other females asking me, Auntie, how do I support a man to marry me? Do I really have to support? Yes, you can. You can pay for the photography, you can pay for your makeup, you can pay for decoration, you can pay for chairs, canopies if you would need them. But I advise that the traditional marriage itself, the list we give him, the money he's supposed to put in the envelope, the Bible, the rings, let the man pay that. Traditionally, that shows that he's marrying you. But aside that, other things, the food, you can contribute to the food. There is nothing wrong with coming together to help a man to make sure that your program is simple, nice, beautiful, affordable. My ladies, let's stop putting pressure on the men. Hey, it is one day. It's an eventful day. So at the end of the day, that crop, I won't get it again. So, my dear, that crop will pass and the marriage will come. As much as possible, please, if you can. This is an unscripted video, and I wanted to advise you as a sister, as a young brother. I know if your parents have money, if your siblings have money and they want to help, they want to invest, that is okay. But if not, cut your coat according to your shirt. I do not stand against having a very big wedding. No, I don't stand against that. That is if you can afford and still have enough in your savings to start your life with. But if not, do it according to your budget. If you have any question for me, put in the comment section and I'll be glad to answer. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I'll definitely see you in the next video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that, okay? I love you and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.